Oh my fucking god, I'm gonna ramble, and maybe nobody watches this video, but this is literally historical. This is unironically historical. So I saw the Mortal Kombat movie, just like literally right now. I just came home and now I wanna talk about this because it is fucking crazy, and I'm not kidding. It is fucking crazy. Okay, so this movie is literally the first time in cinema history or in video game history or in any kind of fucking media history, literally, where a adaptation from a game, anime, whatever, ended up on movie, like theaters, film, and it was not just true to the source material, but it was also good because it was true to the source material. So what what they did with the first movie is like what they always do, and it usually doesn't work out because they try to like appeal to an audience that doesn't really exist. And I don't talk about the woke necessarily. I talk about the general audience, the normies or whatever. And they always introduce a new character. They try to like introduce someone. You know, it's like a typical media thing where you have this character who gets into the world, and so they need to create a new main character to introduce the viewers to the stuff. And it's not necessarily a bad approach, but it never really works because it doesn't say anything to the people that are like actually the fan base, because you have to rely on the people. This is a very important thing that none of these guys understand, is that yeah, you might win big if you make a movie for an audience that is the general audience, the average person, so like a really wide audience, but there is no guaranteed income, there's no guaranteed profit. But if you make a movie for the people that actually like this kind of stuff, for the people that play Mortal Kombat, video games, watch anime, etc., they're gonna definitely go and see your movie, which means you have a guaranteed amount of people that are going to buy. And like what a lot of people miscalculate nowadays in media, what I see, like, you know, Star Wars, whatever, all of these Marvel, is that they think the people that like this kind of stuff, or that they used to like this kind of stuff, will actually buy their shit, and so they open to the normal the general audience. And what ends up happening is the general audience doesn't get drawn in enough, but they also don't have the people that would go if it was their own thing, right? And what ends up happening is that they flop. But this movie did not do that. This movie, even if it was cheesy, it a little bit told its own story. But it just makes sense. I mean, Mortal Kombat, they reset the universe like every 2 or 3 games, and that's fine. You know, that's alright. There's also no continuity problem. So the first movie's main character is in this movie. And what is the craziest, and I think the best fucking thing about it, not because I hate the first movie, I actually thought it's decent, but they killed this guy. This is a huge spoiler. They fucking killed this guy in such a brutal way. And it's good because it fixes the continuity issue. Because the guy actually died, he had motivations, the character was built up, so there is like tension when he dies, there is like a loss if people seen the first movie. It makes sense in the lore, it makes sense in the world, it makes sense in the game, the whatever movie. And it also shows you like there is actually a risk of death, because that's like told at the beginning that there is a risk of death. You probably will die. Not everybody dies, a lot of people actually survive, but there is a bunch of kills in this, a bunch of brutal kills. One of the kills, when like Scorpion is fighting Sub-Zero, who is now Noob Saibot, is literally a finisher from the games, if I'm not wrong. Also, with designs, I kind of feel like they took some from the Mortal Kombat 1 game and some from the Mortal Kombat 11. I kind of felt like, for example, this Noob Saibot is more akin to the Mortal Kombat 11 one. Maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, so some of the designs are, and some of the things that they took, they kind of took the best stuff. Like, unironically, I think some of the things are really good. I found the actress for Jade weird. Actually, the casting is really good. Everyone is really good. Everyone is really aura farming and all that. Kung Lao is fucking crazy with the aura farm. Quan Chi looked a bit weird. I don't know if he looks like that in the games. Baraka was amazing looking. I really liked that. The whole interaction was amazing. Yeah, Shao Kahn was fucking amazing. The fight at the start is interesting. The voice acting, I didn't see it with the English voice acting, I've seen it with my own. That was a bit weird. And yeah, so why is this like really good for a video game adaptation? It's full of video game references. It tells its own thing a little bit, I mean, but it has like a general good story. The pacing is a bit too fast, but like most of these games have like a 10-hour campaign or less or more, I don't know, but a longer campaign than 2 hours. And like with all the fights and whatever, you have 2 hours. So the movie is like almost exactly 2 hours. Yeah, so like you don't really have much time. Because of that, the story is very fast paced, but it works. So like there's a bit of story progression, whatever, building towards the climax, and then there is a fight scene, and then you build towards the climax again, and then there is a fight scene, and that's kind of how the structure is. You know, the structure is like gets a little bit cut apart by fights in between because they get summoned into the Mortal Kombat tournament, and then you know they go out, and then the story progresses, and so you know at the end, of course, the framework, so the Mortal Kombat tournament kinda like changes up and whatever, and then you get a climax which I think was decent. Yeah, the actress for Kitana is so fucking buff. There is this fucking scene at like sort of the beginning where she's like sparring with Jade. Holy fucking shit, she's so buff for this role. Like the fucking back muscles is crazy. What I mean here is that she doesn't look like the MK9 Kitana. And in most of the scenes, it's not even that obvious that she would work out or anything. But I really think that she put on some muscle for this role. Like some of the cuts, like it does look like all of these people worked out for this role. Or maybe it's just how she looks like. I think she did modeling before all of this actress stuff. So that could be it. Models tend to be like very fit generally because like that's part of their job sort of. It's crazy, dude. It's fucking crazy. So like everybody like got really fit for this. Carl Urban, Boca de Pipo, right? He literally did fucking in one of the scenes. He literally did like the same movement as he does with like Butcher, and I was just like saying Boca de Pipo. Like a retard in the theater. Like I think I even said it out loud because I'm autistic. But oh my god, bro, it was. Yeah, it's full of game references. I'm really rambling, sorry, but like I'm so hyped. It was full of game references. You have, of course, what you had in the first movie, the get over here, and then you have finish him. You have the thing where you don't finish the enemy, he just, you know, he's like dazed and then he falls over. You have finishers, what I told already. You have actual movements from the games, like Johnny Cage. Sideways kick, Kung Lao chain punch. There was no Liu Kang chain kick. However, there was Liu Kang flame dragon thing. Of course, Noob Saibot has the clones. He has teleportation, the side things. Kitana moves a little bit like in the games, but she doesn't use like there's like a tornado move or whatever that wasn't in the movie. There's even like Baraka shooting his like things, which is I think more of a later thing. I don't remember Baraka doing that in Mortal Kombat 9. 9 is where I was introduced to the series, a perfect game for that. Big boobs and everybody's buff as fuck. And I'm starting to look really buff as fuck IRL too, bro. I am so ripped. Oh my fucking god, I wanna look like an anime character. Yeah, so there's like a bunch of video game references, a bunch of moves. Raiden has like this dash. It's only like one scene, he doesn't fight at all basically. But he has this lightning dash. And like every single time, bro, there was one of those like video game references. I was like, you know, the soy jackets. Oh my god! And like I actually like, oh my god, my everything in my balls just clenched together, and I was like, oh fuck! It's so good. It's so fucking good. The story was a bit cheesy, of course, but I think this is historical. This is the first video game adaptation where I look at the movie and I say that, oh my fucking god, this is exactly what I always wanted. I was complaining for years at this point because there isn't a single fucking movie. Live action, there is anime, of course. That's why I like Invincible. That's why I like every kind of Japanese ching-chong. That is why I read cultivation novels now. Because in the West, we don't have anything that is live action. We have a huge Hollywood. But there's no live action where big buff guys with superpowers beat each other to death. And this movie was that. This movie was just that. It's a Mortal Kombat movie. A movie about a fighting game where people that are big and buff beat the shit out of each other using superpowers. That's exactly what I want. There are action movies where people are buff maybe and they beat the shit out of each other like, you know, any kind of Jason Statham movie. But there are no superpowers. And I'm tired of military whatever movies. They're not even military, I don't know, super agent whatever. Like, dude, I'm doing martial arts. Like, I can do half of the things that they do in these movies. Like, okay, I'm not that good. Like, okay, I kind of suck at sparring and fighting and whatever. But I can jump around and do spinning kicks in the air, like, infinitely. I can do half of these things at least. Like, I'm pretty fit right now. You know, I used to be fat and all, but now I'm not anymore. And so, these things, yeah, impressive to an extent, but it's not super whatever. Even it's not even over the top. I mean, sure there are a few like interesting stunt tricks, but that is a thing that I liked about Nobody Won compared to um for any Jason Statham movie, is that there were like creative stunts, so it made it more interesting despite being the same type of movie again. And also, second thing that nobody has, that I don't think any of these movies have, is the brutality. Brutality, gore, not necessarily gore, but I mean that works too. It doesn't have to be as gory as a Invincible, but like a movie for 18 plus, like for adults, should have gore in it, right? I mean, even when I was 12, I was watching JoJo, which has a lot of gore, or a lot of anime have a lot of gore. I could handle it as a fucking 12-year-old, and I liked it. Okay, maybe I'm a bit, like, not normal, but it doesn't matter. I think most 12-year-old people don't have a problem with gore. Like, look at video games in 2010. Look at fucking, I don't know, Prototype 1, or whatever. Mortal Kombat is the best example. It's literally famous for its finishers. And this movie has gore. This movie has bunch of deaths, bunch of gore. Wow, it's crazy. It's so good. A lot of people fucking die. And brutally. They have the brutal deaths. It's good. The fights are also not, like, you know, there's like one fight is a bit 2D-ish, but yeah, also the 2D stances is another video game reference. But the fights are very good. They are creative. They are 3D. One of the Mortal Kombat games was 3D. They are 3D. There is environmental interaction. There's environmental destruction. There is all sorts of creative ways they are fighting. I feel like it's really creative. It's a very good movie. It's a very good movie. And I knew it's gonna be good when I saw Carl Urban talk for like 5 minutes in the fucking late night show or whatever. And he was saying that he's like he goes home and practices the stick stuff. And like I knew that if the main guy is like actually putting the effort in, like I could see that he's passionate, and he didn't seem like, oh yeah, he really wants to exercise and learn all this and whatever. But he did this because it's his job, because he had this sense of duty, and oh my god, it was good. It was good. It was also funny. They made a lot of jokes about movies, references, and stuff like that, which makes sense. I mean, half of the cast is on Earth originally. Johnny Cage is like an actor, but I don't know how he's in the game exactly. If he's still an actor, I would guess he's still an actor. But here he's like this, little bit like this, old, disappointed in life, bitter, and full of hatred and sad. But he turns around sort of in the movie, and I really like it. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. There's just it's funny. I liked a lot of things. In it. Yeah, sure. It's not the best written movie, but it doesn't have to be. This is not a Oppenheimer. It's not an Oppenheimer. You don't watch this for the story. You watch this for the fights. And just like one of the fucking gaming guys said, story in a video game is like story in porn. It's like it has to be there, sort of, or if it's good, if there is, but that's not why you are there. It adds something extra. But you're not there for the story, you're there for the fucking game. Now you're here for the fights, and they deliver, and the story is good. Yeah, of course, with a movie, you have to have a story, but it works. It really does work. So if I have to say any kind of criticism, it's probably the fast pace, but that's unavoidable for stuff like this. Maybe it's a bit cheesy, but you can't really do it any other way again. It's just the genre. Everything looked crazy good. The effects were good. The CGI was good. The fight choreography was good. I don't even know, bro. I would say it's a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10 for me. I'm still biased because I just saw the movie, and I think this is nearly historical, and I'm not even over-exaggerating. This is what I believe in. So I hope everybody who goes to the cinema will like it as much as I do. It's fucking crazy good. Listen, if He-Man or the Street Fighter movie is gonna be as good as this, maybe the word is healing.